Welcome to the Inspiration Station hosted by Joshua Lenox, the place to fill up your tank if you're in need of encouragement and motivation.
It is Friday. This is the Inspiration Station where we do what? We upsize in 2025 all day, every day. Welcome to Friday, December the 19th. Can y'all believe it? Y'all know I was going to say it. I know y'all know I'm going to say it now, but I mean, next week is Christmas, y'all. We just got into December. We've just gotten here, but ain't no stopping us now. And it's just the pace is just picking up and we're almost into 2026. And I just want to say, making it through this year is a blessing and a gift to all of us. And I think just knowing that you're still here, you're still pressing through everything you've been through this year so far, all the challenges, but also all the victories, all the wonderful things you've done, the wins you've had, and still are going to have before we even cross over into 2026. And as I always say, we upsize in 2025, y'all. We have days left to where there are things that we're still going to watch expand in our lives. We're going to be watching prayers be answered, even at the last, what we perceive to be the last minute. So I'm excited. I hope that you all are excited. I hope you have had an amazing Friday so far. And I know, again, y'all, I got to say, this is the best part of your day and week. I know it's just the way it is. But we can keep that between us too. But hey to everybody out there on YouTube Live, Instagram Live, LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live. I hope I didn't say that twice, but if I did, y'all charge it to my head and not my heart. But also you all out there on Spotify, Apple, Audible, and Amazon. I am just always pleased to do this with you guys every Friday. I look forward to it. It is exciting. I think we're all growing and increasing and also becoming what? More open, honest, and vulnerable with ourselves, right? This is the Inspiration Station, and if you are a visitor, I said a visitor. If this is your first time, you're not a visitor, is what I want to say, because now you're locked in, and we're just glad that you're here. I want to just continue to appreciate all the international people who are watching and listening and letting me know. I really appreciate that, especially I think with someone who reached out from Hong Kong. I want to say I hope that you're on here tonight, but seeing the different countries that are watching, I think that that's just amazing and that's exciting. And again, it's very encouraging. And as I always tell each and every one of you, you never know what's happening when you're starting something. And sometimes you're, hesitant or not sure because it's new. And it's like, just do it anyway. What's the worst thing that can happen other than you learning something from it or that is pivoting you into another direction of anything? Like I said, the only else we take are lessons. We don't lose anything. So something that I love that Tyler Perry said a while back, he said that he wants to reframe it in a way with viewing his life that he's never failed, that everything that he has gone through has potentially and intentionally led him to where he is today. So he doesn't like to look and say that he's failed at anything. He just likes to say everything was a step to get him exactly where he is. And I think that's a great frame of mind. Now, honestly, do we fail, y'all? Sure, every day. I mean, if you forgot to even put the toilet seat down and you live with family or something like that, and somebody almost fell in, well, you failed to put the toilet seat down, but we fail probably on a daily basis, but that means that we grow on a daily basis. We have failures, but we're not a failure. You got that? So we're gonna jump right in, y'all. The Inspiration Station, y'all know what this is, right? This is about us, not about the person that you're hearing on this microphone right now. This is about all of us because all of us have been inspirations to many people, including ourselves, which is most important. If you don't believe me, just take a little bit of a journey back down your life. Go back down memory lane, go down memory lane and look at your life, and you can pull several different events, moments where you have really watched yourself persevere in ways that you probably never thought you would ever do. You've endured through things. You have you are thriving through things that you're even currently challenged with. And as I always say, if you have challenges, which I'm pretty sure the people who are listening or watching, you have challenges, but at the same time, you're overcoming them and you're going to continue to do that because that's what you've always done. Even if things have been a little bit lingering in your life, you still have overcome them. They don't overcome you. So also, we're here to be what? Open, honest, and vulnerable, not just with each other, but with ourselves. We're starting with the man in the mirror, like Michael said, because often the relationship that is most neglected is what, y'all? With ourselves. Very good, class. Y'all are getting really good at this. I didn't even have to raise my voice to get upset. That's great. But also, this is where we also have people coming in. I said also like twice. and that was the third time. People coming in, people coming in to share their nuggets and their wisdom and their walks of life. People that you may know greatly from a distance, or maybe people you know greatly from up close, or people you've never even heard of before. But again, we are all superstars. We're all people who are very meaningful. We're all people who are significant. No matter what walks of life you come from, you are important and you matter, not just to me, but to yourself, and most importantly, to God. Um, Also, I want to mention this too. I just want to say that when we're gathering together, this is not just yes, it's the inspiration station, but it should inspire you. Not it should, it does inspire you and encourage you and motivate you towards action. Action doesn't always mean immediacy. Sometimes it's just in my thinking. I'm starting to, whatever we talked about on here, whatever Josh said or whoever's on here, those things are lingering in my mind. And now I'm changing the way I see stuff. I'm changing my belief system, whatever that is, because it starts with the thinking first before your feet move. So it's always going to move you toward action. I don't care what you say or anyone else say. When you leave out of here, you're going to be thinking about making an action, at least thinking about it, even if you haven't performed the action yet. So without further ado, y'all, I want you to get back to your Fridays. I want you all to get ready. I know some of y'all are probably thrilled because some of you all probably don't even return back to work until the beginning of the year. I don't know, or off for the holiday for a long period of time. So I hope all of you have some great plans coming up because I'll see you. I'll see you all. Will that be Christmas Eve? I think it might be. I think next Friday is Christmas Eve, but guess what? I'll be right here. Not Christmas Eve, the day after Christmas. Y'all help me. I say Christmas Eve, but I think it'll be the day after Christmas, but I will be here. And I'm looking forward to really knowing how your Christmases are. I know they're going to go great and amazing for you. And I'm looking forward to talking with you all about that. But all I want to say is really quick tonight. The title is just The Best Reset. The best reset. Now, before I dive in, I want you to think we're typically at that time of the year where everyone's wanting to reflect. We want to reflect back over this year, think about where we maybe fell short, where we did very well, where we met our goals, our objectives, how we've grown, maybe where we still have areas of improvement, whatever that may be. Typically, this starts to happen. And I just want y'all right now, don't get into the whole mix of, oh, next year going to be my year. This year was your year. Every year is your year. You're always going to make a mark in whatever year it is. And also you don't have to wait until the year changes. We still have days left that things are you going to be doing, things you can accomplish, things you are going to succeed at and excel at before we even cross over into 2026. So let's not fall into this fad of, oh, next year going to be my year. You did an amazing job already this year and you're still doing so. So make sure all y'all pat yourself on the back. I'm giving you permission. Pat yourself on the back and celebrate yourself before you start thinking about all the things you think you did not accomplish or that you did not reach this year. Because what if the product of that was not so much you getting to the end result, but that you made progress in whatever that was you were trying to do? I know many of the people I'm talking to right now, you probably look back at January and look at who you are here in December, and you're like, I'm so different in so many ways. I know I can raise my hand and say, "There, anybody else? Can I get a witness out there?" But I know that I'm not the same person that I was, and I know you're not either. So when you're starting to do these reflections, I wanted to talk about the best reset. What is a reset to begin with, just as a definition? A reset is a way of starting again after a period of rest or change. A way of starting again after a period of rest or change. Another way to define this is to put back in the correct position for healing. I like that. To put back in the correct position for healing. One more is to put back into an original place or position or to restore. Funny thing happened to me actually yesterday morning, and I was in prayer, and I was asking God, okay, what are we talking about on the inspiration station? You haven't said anything. And it's like, well, Josh, you haven't said anything. And I was like, okay, what are we talking about? And he was quiet the night before, like on Wednesday, he was quiet. I was praying. I was like, okay, well, God, I know you'll tell me. Thursday, I got up and I was like, okay, I need to be making my notes and kind of getting ready. God, like, hey, you gonna tell me what it is or whatever? And I walk into my office and I noticed something different at the refrigerator. It was like a light shining on the outside of it. And I'm thinking like, That's never happened before. What is that? So I'm like, oh Lord, tell me nothing's broke or nothing. I've just never seen it. And thinking about what I'm saying, I've never seen it before. So I approached my refrigerator, and when I did, it did say under there, it was the where the you can get water out of it, but it said water filter, and it said hold 3 seconds to reset. And so I'm thinking like, okay, well, I hope they make the light go off. Yeah, I've never seen this before. And I held it for 3 seconds. I heard a little doo doo doo, and it was gone. And I walked away, and I was like, I was like, God, you're funny. Because I was like, wait a minute. I've never seen that before, so it's never happened. But whatever it was necessary in that moment. And I'm glad I was able to recognize it because, and again, what I thought was some fault or something of needing repair, all I needed to do was press reset for 3 seconds and everything went right back like just fine. And I think if you think about your own life, we can be just like that, where there's something that's different about us. There's something that's off that we think, or something we've never seen occurring in our lives. And sometimes we don't know what to do in that moment. But if we take a reset, and that's it, 3 seconds, sometimes 3 seconds for us could be 3 days, it could be 3 weeks, it can be 3 months. But if we hit that reset button, things go right back to, I'll say, like to say, things go right back into alignment. Has anybody out there been in a place where you feel like there have been some things or indicators in your life that are showing up that are things you've never experienced before, things you've never done before, things you've never said before, places you're going that you've never been before, or just things that are outside of your comfort zone or that are unknown to you? And I like to say, even with pressing that, holding it down for 3 seconds, sometimes that's what's happening to us. You had to be pressed to be refreshed. You had to be pressed to be refreshed. Refreshment is just to regain strength or energy. How many of y'all have felt depleted, tired? It's okay to be honest. What do? We open, honest, and vulnerable, right? You're tired. You're tired as tired sometimes, but you keep going, you keep moving, or you trying to find the best way to keep pushing through whatever it is. But you just like, oh, if I could just get a little break sometime, if I could just lay down or sit still, maybe that pressing also, sometimes the pressing or the pressure that's being applied to your life is to get your attention, to get something out of you, or even get something through you. Maybe sometimes you felt like you've had such weight on you this year, this month, whatever. I don't know, this week you had so much weight on you. And it's like, what is this pressure trying to tell me? Maybe this pressure is trying to tell me that I got to reset. I need to reset. I need to refresh. I need to regain my strength and my energy because it seems like I'm just had the life just sucked out of me sometimes. So I might need this pressure applied to me to allow me to realize I need new strength. I need new energy. I need a new restoration of my life. I need things to fall into alignment because I'm out of alignment right now. So I'm getting this pressure applied to me so that I can have this reset. Now, I'm not going to be deep. That thing was good to me, and I'm telling y'all, we're not going to be long tonight. But I really got a lot of revelation out of that. I was like, how many times have things gone off that you've seen in your life that you've never seen that show up, and you don't really know what to do yet? But at the same time, it's almost like you have to go through this period or time in your life where you have to shut things down for a minute. And because of that, it's because your body's telling you, your life is telling you, your environment is telling you, hey, you need to shut some stuff down really quick because you're losing your strength. You're not as strong as you think you are at the moment. You're just going on fumes. You're not as accessible anymore to people. They're not getting the fullness of who you are anymore because you're tired. And you're tired of wearing the mask. You're tired of smiling. You're tired of laughing. You're tired of acting as if everything's okay. And behind closed doors, you're crying yourself to sleep. You're tired of wearing a mask. And sometimes you're scared to tell people. Let me say this really quick. If you're around anybody or among anyone in your life or your close circle, your family, and they're not allowing you to be the truth of who you are, not allowing you to say that you had a bad moment or that you're sad or you're feeling lonely or you're not good at the moment, you find some other people. Find other people. You should be able to be honest with people if they ask you if you're okay. If you're not okay, say, I'm not good right now. I'm not good right now. It's been a tough day. I feel like crying. I feel like I'm by myself. I feel like I'm scared about this new place I'm in my life that I've never seen before. I really feel, but there should be trusted people because some people will use that against you. Some people, and that's probably why some people that I'm speaking to right now, it's hard for you to open up and talk about what's going on in your life, and that you're not always smiley, happy go lucky, and I'm blessed and highly favored. You like I'm sad, I'm down, I don't want to be bothered, I'm irritated, I'm frustrated, and whatever it may be. You don't want to do that because it's been used against you or it's been used to hurt you before. So just want to say that. And when I'm talking about this even in now, that could be a part of a reset as well. Make sure you reset the people that are you want to reset the people who are around you. And I'm gonna get there. Let me not jump ahead. But my whole thing with the refrigerator thing, y'all, that just blessed me because sometimes we need to be pressed to be reset or to be refreshed. What's some examples of being reset? Now, y'all go with me really quick, but y'all know, like, think about electronics. We all love the modems and routers and computers and phones when we have to reset those, right? Especially like if you have like I remember I don't want to say the name of the company, but I'll just say a reputable company that we all know for especially like for TV, for cable services, for wireless, for internet or anything like that. I remember for multiple times when I first got this service of having to call and say, "Hey, my Wi-Fi is not working." Oh, okay. Well, you might want to just we'll just try to reset the modem. And I'm thinking like reset it. Like I done it like three. Oh, just hold the button in and reset. But a lot of times that I would do that, it's almost like everything will recalibrate, and then it will be like it was before, or sometimes even better. Think about when your phone is, anything is going slow, it's freezing up, and you're like, oh my gosh, I keep restarting my phone and it's still the same. And I say, oh, well, we have to do a reset to your phone. And when they reset your phone, a soft one, not the hard one where it takes everything away, but a soft reset. And now, as it's kind of refreshed itself, and it's been reset, now it's working just like usual or even better. We think about even about a bone. Like if you get a bone out of place, or you just you I've seen people do this in person because of athletics, where I could see someone actually have their arm or leg reset, the bone reset back in, where the doctor has to literally manipulate a broken bone and put it back into alignment. So again, it's reset. So now that it's back in place, and of course, got to have a cast or something on that thing, hopefully to hold it in place. But now it's going to heal in a way that probably is going to be stronger than it was before, or either it's going to go back to its actual use. So again, where are some areas too where we need to reset, or when we know that it's needed, or could be needed? Think about your goals and purposes right now. And again, as I want you to continue to tie this into reset, I guess we're going to be alliterating, but resetting, resetting and reflecting your goals and purposes. Have you lost sight of your why? Are you feeling stuck in like old patterns? Are you needing a new direction? Are you needing a new career or something that you're thinking about? And I love this question because, not question, but love this part because sometimes you can lose sight of your why. And maybe it's not that you're losing sight of your why, maybe it's changing. So you have to reset it. So it's like, okay, maybe I need to make this. Something new. Maybe I need to reset this to something new. Or maybe I've gotten away from my vision and I need to reset it so I'm back in my proper place. Maybe that you had a vision that you wanted to, I don't know, start a catering business this year, but then certain stressors or distractions got in your way and you still have your mission statement, you still got some of the paperwork that's going on, but maybe you've gotten so cloudy you've almost forgotten why you want to do what it is. Or maybe anything that you wanted to do, maybe you have lost sight of exactly what's behind the vision or the goal or the purpose. Maybe it's your environment. Maybe your environment needs to be reset. I mean, even like we could say small things just in your house, changing your furniture around, adding some curtains, getting some new drapes, getting some new rugs or something. Changing your, excuse me, changing your comfort set, changing your furniture, getting new furniture, whatever that is. Excuse me, maybe you have a disorganized home or workspace. Maybe it's chaotic, it's been toxic, or it's been stressful. I can always say, even as a mental health therapist, if you would like to know how somebody's doing, truly, go to their house. Go to the house if they let you in. You can't let everybody come to your house. There's a sacred place. You can't let that's private. You can't let everybody know where you live either. But you can see in the whatever space they occupy most, whether that be at home or at work, you can tell what's going on the inside. And why I say that is because maybe at one point everything was you were a very cleanly person, everything was put in its proper place, you were very organized, and somewhere along the line things are starting to pile up and pile up. It's dust everywhere, it's stuff sitting on the desk and on tables and all stacked up in your room or whatnot, and that might be pointing back to saying something's going on within me and I really do need a reset. Also in your finances, maybe with your debts, maybe uncontrolled spending, or also being in a place where you need a budget or you had one and you've gotten away from it. So it's like, do I need a reset on how I spend my money? Do I need a reset on the discipline that I have around my finances? Are my finances prioritized? Do I need to do some financial planning? What do I need to do to reset the way I view my finances or my relationship with my finances? And again, sometimes we wonder what are some things that get us away from certain disciplines or responsibility or being consistent with certain things. Life can be life, and I hear it all the time. Life be life, and but at the same time, it's hard to sometimes navigate your world if you're always on autopilot. If you're always on the go, always thinking about what's the next thing, and you're losing your presence with yourself and what you're to be doing at that time. So again, also I want to mention when we talk about finances and things, when we talk about goals and purposes, your environment and finances, what about relationships? I just mentioned that earlier about saying sometimes you might have to reset people who are around you. It's like, wait a minute, I don't know if I might have to reset my circle. I might have to literally start again after a period of change. This might be a period of change because there's certain, like I said, a way of starting again after a period of rest or change, or also to put back in the correct position for healing. I want to point out to you when we talk about relationships, not just with other people, but also with yourself. When it says a way of starting again after a period of rest or change, maybe you've gone through some healing here lately in your life. Maybe you've gone through some changes. You're altered the way you view things, your communication style, the interests and hobbies that you have. Purpose that you have over your life that certain people just don't align with anymore. So when we talk about relationships of all kinds, but even with ourselves, when you're going through certain changes like that, you just navigating, you wondering why you don't want to talk on the phone to certain people no more. You don't want to be around certain people anymore. You're not reaching out to people as much as you used to be. You're not making yourself so accessible or available all the time. And it's like something has changed within me. So because of that, I got to reset because now I see things differently. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. So it's like I have to change things now. So my circle might change. I might start opening myself up to newer people, people who have a different taste of life or the life that I'm ascribing to or going in direction towards or moving forward to. So also when we talk about relationships needing a reset, it might be the recognition of unresolved issues or feeling why, understanding why you feel disconnected from certain loved ones. It's like, why am I feeling this tugging on knowing that, certain things have not been discussed, and maybe I'm resetting some certain things in my relationships with people because I no longer want to suppress anything. I no longer want to sweep anything under the rug. I want to be very direct and upfront, or I want to have boundaries now with people that I use. I don't want to say yes to everything. I want to say no. So also, if I feel disconnected from loved ones, why is that? Have I been distant because of me, or have I been distant because of how being made to feel? Do I feel unloved? Do I feel, again, unheard, unseen by my family? So this is why I kind of keep a distance. So again, we talk about resetting our relationships. It's based on how you choose to show up moving forward. Because you have gone through a place of change, or even I love how it says to put back in correct position for healing. Putting something back in a position for healing also can mean your life. Some of us, I'll say all of us, have been in positions to where we could get so far away from the true nature and core of who we are because we've been hurt. We've gone through certain periods of change, or we tried to become what we thought we were supposed to be. We try to take on certain personality traits that are really not like the core of who we are. So even sometimes when you have to be put in a place of stillness, you might be, that's a place that you need to heal and be put back into alignment with your true identity and who you really are. And when you do that, you start to realize some stuff just ain't what you thought it was. And some stuff is just not for you. It's no longer for you. And I'll say this as an example. That's like if you were always made to feel small by people. They always made you feel like you shouldn't go any higher than something or higher than a position. Are you right here? You right here? That's okay. But as soon as you start to go here, it's like, crabs in a barrel. We got to try to pull you down. When you go through a place of a reset, and you go back to what originally was your core of things, of knowing who you really are, where you had confidence before it was beat down, before you had a high self-esteem, before it was plummeted by other people, where you had a great boldness about yourself until people were trying to silence you for so long or reject you or abandon you consistently. It's like now that I'm being reset and I've gone through a place of healing and I'm coming back to the true nature of who I am. Some people about to be upset with me. People are not gonna like this new version of you, or the person who actually was there, you just got away from who you truly were because of the things you were affected by. All right. One more thing, y'all. One more little piece, and I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna reset y'all. I'm gonna reset you out of here. Pay attention to these four areas. It's really quick. I'm gonna run quickly down with mental burnout. These are signs sometimes you know you need a reset. You might have mental burnout. That might be you're dealing with consistency of feeling overwhelmed. You're constantly on edge, feeling fatigued. You're numb or you're losing passion for whatever it is that you do. One thing I noticed, I saw this greatly during COVID. It's almost like people were so stressed out trying to figure out what this is going to look like. What are you going to do? When I was seeing my clients, I saw a lot of this. And a numbness is something that came up quite a bit because we were seeing deaths all the time. We were seeing people uh, losing their lives, on television. You see, I mean, it was just you become numb and desensitized to certain things. So a person become numb. And this could be something that continues to go on. So if you're dealing with feeling overwhelmed, constantly on edge, fatigued, numb, or losing passion for what you love to do, that's a sign that you need a reset mentally. Okay. Stress and anxiety. Racing, your mind is racing all the time. Your body feels stuck in stress mode, or I'll say even survival mode, or fight, flight, or freeze. You might be having digestive issues, which is like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, or you might be dealing with a lot of panic. That is a sign for you to reset. I'm say some other things in just a minute, but also with lack of focus. Maybe you're foggy brain, have an inability to concentrate on a consistent basis. You're feeling scattered all the time. You're constantly busy without producing anything. That's almost like you just keep on cutting a piece of paper in several different directions. And then you sit it down and it's like, well, what did you do with that? Nothing. But you were cutting on that paper for like 30 minutes, but nothing was produced from it. So when we're losing a lack of focus, that can be another way of knowing I need to reset myself. Emotional disconnect. This kind of ties back to relationships as well, but feeling out of sync with your true self, your values and goals. It's almost like you're disassociated from yourself. So emotionally disconnected from yourself. You're feeling out of sync with your true self, your values, or your goals. So even though you can recognize whether if you're any of you are dealing with mental burnout, stress and anxiety, a lack of focus, or emotional disconnect, those can be signs. Those can be signs that you need a reset. How do we reset? Well, first of all, you got to recognize when you're off. Recognize when things have changed. Recognize when things have shifted. Recognize when you know that you're not regulating properly. What I mean regulating is that you're going through things, going through the motions. You might be going through several different emotions. Emotional regulation is a term I like to always throw out there, but meaning where you're able to healthily regulate your emotions and process them and keep moving, not being stuck in them or trying to suppress them. Because what did we learn a long time ago, y'all? Suppression leads to depression. If you're feeling any type of emotion, we have them for a reason. God gave us emotions for a reason and feelings. However, we don't want to capitalize or maximize them to a place where they overtake us and then we're stuck in whatever that emotion is. And now it's dictating everything around us. So recognition is the first thing. Recognition, also being again open, honest, and vulnerable with what's going on. And when you also are able to identify the root, sometimes you got to go back and say, when did I start feeling off? Okay, it was picture it, Sicily, 1943. Like y'all watch the Golden Girls, you know what I mean. But when did this start for me? What's the root? And also, what did I get away from? Recognize the things you've gotten away from that give you that drive, that push, that ignite your passions, things you love to do. Where have you gotten away from? A lot of times I like to say when we talk about, I think in one of the points it says that when you facing mental burnout, you tend to push away from the things you love to do. Or I'm going to say this, you'll do them anyway, and it almost drains every bit of you. Because it's like, this is something I love to do, but I'm tired of doing it. And when I'm done, I'm depleted. Think about all the ways that you can make sure that you're pouring back into you. As we talked about recently, we want to make sure that we're giving ourselves just as much input as we are with our output. So you got to take time to rest. You got to take time to reflect. You got to take time to seek refreshment, which is to what y'all we learn to regain our strength or our energy. So sometimes you got to have boundaries with your time. Not sometimes, have boundaries with your time, boundaries with people, boundaries with your communication, boundaries with your health. Are you hydrated? I've been dealing with a lot of people here lately as my clients that are just dehydrated. And I'm like, do you know it's not just affecting your thirst, it's affecting your entire body. You can't think straight. You can't concentrate or anything. You're not even doing the minimum things anymore. And how many of you all out there have been forgetting to do just the minimum things, the hierarchy of needs that you have? You don't have to say nothing, but you're forgetting the basic necessities that you have because you're just putting out and you're not putting a lot back in. So, when you start to notice all the things we mentioned, you start to have mental burnout, stress and anxiety, a lack of focus, emotional disconnect. This is when we want to say, hey, it's time to press like what I had to do on the refrigerator. I need to press the reset. I need to step back. And also, I'm going to say the definitions one more time before we go. Oh, a reset is a way of starting again after a period of rest or change. So rest, I might have to rest. And we learned before, rest doesn't mean I'm going to go to sleep all day or all the time. I have to rest from certain things. Everything might not get all of my energy or demand as it used to, not right now. And also because this is a place for me to heal. And also with resetting is to put back in the correct position for healing. So I have to be in alignment in order to be healed from the things that have led me to mental burnout, stress and anxiety, lack of focus, or emotional disconnect. And please don't limit it to that because even speaking about putting things back in the correct position for healing, again, that's you. You could get out of alignment with who you are, and you got to be put back into alignment so that now you can get in a place of proper healing. That might means you have to be in isolation. And when I say isolation, I don't mean where you're hiding or just to yourself, but isolating at times to where you have to really focus only on you. We're all so good at helping everybody else and being present for everybody and providing for so many people. And I'm pretty sure many of you who have in your careers this or your lifestyles, that's something you're set up to do 24/7, like all the time. But how can I heal if I'm not being attentive to myself? So this is where we have to put a reset on that. Also, to put back into an original place or position or restore. So sometimes we got to put things back in their proper place in order to reset. If I know that I have if I move my couch in my living room to a position, and it's like it makes things look real weird. It makes things awkward when I walk in. It makes me uncomfortable to sit on it, and it just almost doesn't make sense. I might have to put that couch back to where it was uh, for it to be for it to make sense, for it to be accommodating to the rest of my the living room. So again, putting something back in its original place or position or restore it. So I hope that everyone has gained more knowledge tonight on resetting. Y'all got some things to reset. I know it. You ain't got to tell me. And you probably are the one that needs to be reset. But just know resetting can also show up where in our goals and purposes, our environments, our finances, and also relationships. And again, this is something that is not just exclusive to these things, but there's several other things that you could be probably thinking about where you could see you need to press the reset button on in your life. So I love y'all. It is Friday evening again on the Inspiration Station where we upsize in 2025 all day, every day, even at nighttime, because the nighttime is the right time. That's what Ray Charles said. But I hope that each and every one of you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe. Uh, Enjoy your holidays that are coming up. Christmas, we have New Year's coming up, which is just so funny for me to say that. But I hope that you all take heed to what I also spoke about. I think the day after Thanksgiving of just saying, don't let these holidays come up and you feel so pressured and obligated to give presents and make your presence known so much, because this is something we should be practicing to do 24/7, 365 all the time, 366 if it's a leap year, but we should be giving to one another, loving on one another, fellowshipping with one another, uniting with each other all the time, not just when a holiday comes around, right? And as always, as I say, you've always been great. You're just getting better. And you're starting to embrace it. And maybe even knowing that you are getting better um, has been a part of a reset for you, because maybe you've always been critical of yourself. Maybe you've always been thinking, oh, I'm not doing enough. I can't get it right. I'm behind. All of these things. It's like maybe I've had to reset my way of thinking, especially towards myself. I have to reset my esteem, my confidence. I have to reset that. I got to put that back at 100. I've been almost at 20%. So, yes, please love one another. I love each and every one of y'all. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's just a thing that there's just too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's not for some, but for everyone. Oh, yes, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. I almost forgot the lyrics, but I think I got it. I love y'all. Please share this. Continue to show up, because I'll be here every Friday at what time? 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and y'all know the other stuff. For my international family, y'all know what it is. Y'all know y'all's time zone. Is it zone? Try to go into my UK, go talking like I'm in London. But anyway, love y'all. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend. See y'all soon. Bye.
Thanks for watching the Inspiration Station with Joshua Lenox. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.